This man is a legend. Son of a fisherman. Sons of the Tlingit village of Kake. Named long ago for the mouth of dawn. The opening of daylight. Fish fear Kake's legendary breed of men, like Ed Grant, first a fisherman, a storyteller of the sea and great salmon runs. Ed knows secret places of deep-water halibut holes, and where pots writhing with crab are pulled from the ocean floor. How to tell of Ed Grant, who is a fine carver, a wise, experienced seaman, a willing advisor on most matters related to fishing and boats. Put on a warm jacket, he counsels, and a hat. Stand in the shower under cold water. Throw some $100 bills in the toilet, and if you think that's fun, then buy a boat. Ed and his brother once fished off the coast of Port Alexander for 7 days. They caught nothing. Then suddenly, off the coast of Cape Omni, fish hit every hook. For 2 hours, every hook. They loaded the deck and the main hatch for a week, until just as suddenly the fish were gone. Ed muses that a week like that means forgetting the wet, cold, sleepless nights, long, tiresome wheel watches, battering gales, and all the miseries at sea on a small boat. Ed smiles at his favorite memories. You can call them diehards, the tough guys, slightly insane, because they're willing to fish through a gale storm. My dad was one of those hardy fishermen. He used to tell us, if it isn't blowing and raining, we can't leave yet. This is a story about a quiet man whose character was shaped early, when he was a young motherless child, Tuberculosis had ravaged Kake, leaving Ed with various care providers. His early education frequently interrupted, and when eventually Ed was sent to Sitka's Mount Edgecombe's School for Native students. With his 8th grade diploma in hand, Ed settled in Juneau into 10 years of hard work at Juneau's dairy. That dairy was founded in 1911. Few even remember Juneau's dairy now, but Ed remembers it. Ed even carries in his reflections the butchering of the milk cows. 10 lean years followed as a janitor at Juneau's high school until Ed encountered a kindly mentor who compelled him to complete his education. More hard years followed, sacrificing his comforts and health, fighting to catch up, until one day Ed discovered that he had mastered the disciplines of mathematics and chemistry to determine the properties and qualities of water. Armed with the outstanding grades, a twinkle from God's eye, and his age, Ed was oldest of his 18 classmates. After he yearned many times to give up, bolstered by his mentor, who would hear none of that, Ed Grant was hired first as a foreman at the Alaskan pipeline company. Ed Grant, son of a fisherman of legendary metal, counts real wages earned only by struggling on a slimy rolling deck, 20 hours a day in freezing wind and rain, broke, their bodies broken, in debt, leading to loneliness, homes torn apart, but who still consider themselves blessed to be fishermen. These men laugh at weather forecasts. Instead, they watch evening and morning skies, motions of the clouds, the barometer, and most, the seabirds that sense approaching storms, flying in circles high above the sea, light and variable to these legends, means white and terrible. On the good days, the airwaves come alive, which means the Coast Guard reminds these laughing trollers to keep it clean. This man is a raven elder from the people of the tides. He is my friend. My Tlingit name is Kushka. My adopted mother, Ann Keener, from the village of Juneau, gave me this name to honor her older sister, whom she never met. Ed smiles at my name, Kushka, which I love, like the animal. But to this fisherman, the otter is a thieving, seagoing pest.
Kushta. It's Kushta. Kushta. Yeah, Kushta. Yeah.
To this day, Ed remains in the service of Juneau's Salvation Army for their support and kindness during those hard, early years.
That's when Harold Martin and we took off on our skiffs. We were eating breakfast at Downers there. Harold come up to me and he said, "Is your boat running?" I said, "All it needs is gas." He said, "Let's go to Kake."
Knowing Ed Grant, this Tlingit elder, is to know respect.
Well, the people, they just burned the canoe. And they took the canoe, the cannon, they put it right in the front street there. And they had a bow, ship's bow, used that they build a stand for it, and they use that for fire. That cannon disappeared. It used to be there when I was a kid.
He is a legend, a timeless face of character, lines etched by sacrifices and difficulties.
I asked my dad one time, where do you think Kake was settling? My dad said he just heard it from his dad.
Yeah.
And he said, just up this bay, point the finger, and that's where. So they moved here. The salmon goes out in the ocean. Incoming tide, they come into all these. Yeah, used to be good fishing in here.
Ed has seen the opposing faces of hardship and triumph. Sitting in comfort and safety now, Ed Grant reflects on his family and friends, those who fished the same grounds as his ancestors, and he remembers them, humble, brave souls who dared to tackle the great Pacific Gulf in search of salmon and were never heard from again.